I thought that was obviously the best offensively we played. We really made a concerted effort after the Memphis game during the break. We've got to get ourselves downhill. We've got to get the floor more spread, try to find some different things with certain lineups. And I thought tonight you saw it. And so, it's the most paint point, had 64 points in the paint, 19 assists, 5 turnovers. So we had a lot of guys, I think 6 guys in double figures. So a lot of guys played better. And so it was good to see. Good to see everybody play. Right now, our wish we had the football rule, but kind of what reason Robert Coward didn't play because of possibility of redshirting. I wish we had that football rule, which is a great rule. Wish we could get it in basketball. But that's the reason. So everybody got minutes tonight off the bench. I think our bench scoring, we had 54 points off the bench, over half our points, which was positive. So it was good. It was good to have a win like that, take off tomorrow, and get back at it on Monday.
Sean Ruffin going 6 for 7 with the 14 points. Just in the sample size, I know he kind of disappeared after he scored 6, but once he kind of got back, he picked up right where he left off, kind of.
Yeah.
Coming off of last week.
Yeah, Deshaun doesn't have any problem getting in the paint. Two things. His 4 or 5 days of practice helped him tonight. His conditioning is just little by little getting better and better, and that's going to be an ongoing process for the next 2 to 4 weeks. He didn't guard as well in the first half. He got 2 quick fouls. That's the thing we've got to get him to do, to really, really compete on the ball. When he was really making progress last year and he got healthier and healthier, he was starting to really defend, In fact, he was one of the leaders in the SEC in steals. And so we've got to see that show up. But it was sure good to see him in the paint, finishing plays, and he had a fun time. It's just, you think about it, he really had one day of practice before Memphis. We threw him out there, but today he settled in and played much better.
36 points off 21 turnovers. You brought up the 64 points in the paint. A lot of really good looks. Just for this team and getting downhill, like you said, how important is defense leading to offense for you guys?
It's no question about it. That's the biggest thing for us. We met all of our goals. We have 5 goals. We met them all. Held their team to around 38%. But that's when our team is better, is in transition. I thought we shared the ball, finished some balls in transition, pitched ahead. That's going to be a big part of us going forward the rest of the year, is being able to create offense from good defense.
You talked about, we've asked you a lot about the slow starts, and you felt it was settling. I think 15 of the made shots in the first half were layups,
Yep.
dunks. Obviously, chose not to settle, get a little bit closer to that.
Yeah, that was the key to the game. Because we started, analytically looking at every first 5 minutes of every half that we've played, good and bad. And we just came out and we settled. We shot mid-range shots tonight. That's the most concerted that I've seen Matt since he's been here get to what we call A-range shots, right at the rim, And if he does, it's going to open up so many more things for him, shooting and some set things that we run for him. So, yeah, that was the whole difference, the mindset of that. There were some different things that we kind of put in that I think will help us. We still got to grow into it.
Early on the season, you were talking about ball movement and the ball kind of staying in place a little too long with just 5 turnovers in this game. Just how proud are you of just the ball movement in general?
Yeah, it was just the ball just has to move, and you just gotta play with a hot ball, and everybody. We always say the good players, the ball always finds you. It'll find you back. That to be able to give it up, to understand a teammates to get it back, and the more ball movement you have, even against better defensive teams, the more paint touches that you can get, and the more we can try to get to the free throw line.
You guys had 36 points off the turnovers. They had 0. How pleased with you were how well they took care of the ball?
Yeah, because that's been a weakness of our team. It really has. We haven't done a great job with that, with the assisted turnovers. And so we got shots at the basket. Obviously, our defense was good at times. Then we kind of relaxed late. But yeah, that was good to see.
Was that the first game that you could recall or really in your career where every player that you put on the floor scored?
I can't remember. It doesn't happen a whole bunch, but you're right. I didn't even look at that stat right there, but you're right. Everybody got in the scoring deal with box scores, and what I like about it, we can still have a lot of guys play much better. So we've got a great room to improve. We do, and we'll take off tomorrow. We've got a really good Central Florida team in here on Wednesday night. Sure appreciate the people who came today, and hopefully that'll build on Wednesday. Would be a great turnout for us, and a really good game that's critical in our homestand.
What do you think of how Jay's kind of played coming back, but having also played with that mask as well?
Yeah, I thought Jay, he's plus 25, in the column. He didn't get a lot of touches tonight, but, he had 4 rebounds in 15 minutes. He just gives us this physical pop around the goal that I really, really like. It's the first time we kind of saw glimpses of Josh Mabala, kind of bam, go up, 2-hand rebounds, things that we've been waiting on, and I think that'll really continue. So I thought Jamin Brakefield was solid tonight, so it was good. It was good to get Malik Ewing. You see flashes of his talent. I'm just trying to get him to sprint to this spot, sprint to that spot, and when he figures that part out, he's going to be really, really good. But the guy's he's got talent. We just got to get him to where his motor is really running, to really play in these high-level games. So, but it was good to get all those guys, Ty Fagan, James White, all those guys got great minutes.
Talking earlier about tinkering with lineups and all that, and you're talking yesterday about what with Deshaun and what with Amari. Kind of what did you kind of see on that front, especially kind of early?
Yeah, we didn't do it as much with Deshaun and Mo. I'll go back and look at the film. We planned on doing it more. We planned on maybe even trying to play Miles at the 4 with a smaller lineup. We've got a little package in there for that. We didn't really do that at all, and so some of the things that we've got to keep trying to figure out in practice, but. Yeah, we talked a lot about it to those guys, being able to play Deshaun and Mo together. What Maury had 2 rebounds, Matt had 1 rebound, Deshaun had 0. So that's the thing. When you play those 3 guys together, and we got 1 rebound. And you're talking about now high-level Power 5 games, can you survive with those 3 guys at the 1, 2, and 3 getting 1 rebound? That's hard. And so sometimes, that'll limit you in some places, to be able to play small. Those guys have got to rebound the ball.
You brought up Miles Burns, 12 points today in 17 minutes. Are you surprised at all with how quickly he's transitioned from NAIA to this level?
It's that old saying, it really is. I mean, toughness, defense, travels well. It just does, rebounding. I mean, you see these guys in college that'll average 10 or 12 rebounds in college. You put them in an NBA game, they'll get 10 or 12 in an NBA game. It just kind of has that nose for it. And so he just gets himself so many buckets based on his effort plays, So happy for Miles. And I don't know, maybe sometimes some people kind of looked at it being from Loyola, but God, you just watched him early on in practice and you saw this toughness stick out. So I think he'll keep getting better and better.
You're talking about the possibility of Robert Coward possibly redshirting and all that. How long have those kind of conversations kind of gone on?
Not a whole bunch, but we're sitting there on the bench tonight, and we hadn't, as you guys know, hadn't had a lot of these opportunities tonight, But we just all think Robert Coward is going to be such a good player, and I'm not saying it's 1,000%, but I think probably right now we visited. We want to visit kind of more further down the line and just kind of see where we are with everything. Because like I said, the football rule is not, it doesn't exist in basketball where those guys can get so many games and then you can make a decision, So, he's fought some injuries and, we only would think about redshirting a guy that we have a lot of really good plans and thoughts for.
Any more questions?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kermit.